PNC Park is the place to be. The first night game of 2012. The Philadelphia Phillies taking on the Pirates in Game 2 of a 3-game series. And welcome to the opening week of baseball presented by Burger King. Hi again, everybody. Along with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Neverett. Jeff Karstens makes his first start. First start of the year, Steve. What's going through a starting pitcher's mind?
Well, first of all, he's excited. Even though he came into spring training with a spot on the Pirates starting rotation, first time out, the Butterflies are going to be there. But, you know, he's a pretty grounded individual. And Jeff Karstens, I think, has a very good idea of what he can do, what he can't do. He is comfortable with his style of pitching, so I think he'll be just fine tonight. Couple that with the fact he doesn't have to face Mr. Utley and Mr. Ryan Howard. They are not in the building, so he'll be okay.
Pirates hope Karstens' pitching is the story tonight. On opening day, Eric Bedard set the bar pretty high with 7 strong innings, losing a pitching duel with Roy Halladay. Jeff Karstens hopes to raise the bar tonight in prime time against the Phillies. PNC Park, the Phillies and Pirates getting set for Game 2 of this 3-game season opening series here at PNC Park. Special night for a lot of people. And second baseman Neil Walker had a special message for his mom, Carolyn.
Hey, Mom. Happy birthday, Mom. I love you.
See what happens when you're the local kid?
Yeah, how about that? That's pretty special.
That's nice.
You know, Tim, we talked about Neil Walker. We talked about Jeff Karstens. How about the Butterflies for Matt Hague getting his first major league start?
Absolutely. And Clint Hurdle talking about it prior to the game, saying it's going to be a special night for him as well. Matt Hague getting his first major league start tonight. He called his mom, and his mom cried the other day. Here's the Phillies starting lineup sent out by Charlie Manuel. Victorino at the top of the order. Polanco hitting second. Rollins in that 3 spot. Then Hunter Pence. Lance Nix gets the start at first base, a left-handed bat. John Mayberry in left. Ruiz behind the plate. Freddie Galvis back there at second base. And Cliff Lee doing the pitching and batting ninth for Philadelphia.
Talking about Jeff Carson's making his first start of the season. Came into the spring training month of March knowing that he was in rotation. 9-9 last year for Jeff. He's done good work in 3 starts against the Phillies. Does not own a win or a loss, but has pitched well in those 3 starts against these Phils. And again, Utley, Howard not in the lineup makes life a little easier.
Victorino took an offer on opening day. Follows the first pitch back. Tonight's starting pitcher brought to you by your Western PA Chevy dealers. 9-9 through a career high 26 starts for Jeff Karstens in 2011. 0-1 slapped foul, and Karstens gets in front, 0-2. That's what we saw from Jeff in spring training. That's what we saw many times from Karstens last season, Steve. Pitching ahead of the hitters, staying in front in the count. That's given him an advantage.
Right, and that was a theme for Eric Bedard on opening day too. When you pitch out in front of the hitters, you know, it's tough enough for the hitters when they're out in front.
2 strikes now to Victorino, switch hitting center fielder. Victorino was in his 6th straight opening day lineup for the Phillies 2 days ago. 1-2.
Just missing inside, but Jeff Carson's is not afraid to come inside. You need to have the fortitude to do that. You can't stay on one side of the plate all night.
Larry Vanover calling the balls and strikes. 2-2 delivery. Fills it up at 3-2. You see our camera angle this year, true center, right down the middle, and you'll get a good opportunity by watching that camera angle along with us to see a much better angle on the pitches. Here comes the payoff. Base hit. Victorino with a big turnaround first, a leadoff single for the Phillies center fielder. Defensively for the Pirates, doing the catching rod Barajas at third base, making his Pirate debut is Casey McGee. You see the outfield, Presley, McCutcheon, and Tabata. There's McGee, Barmas, Walker, and Matt Hague making his major league debut. Barajas wrapping up the battery. Former Milwaukee Brewer, Casey McGee.
Yeah, one of the great names in baseball, Casey McGee. Sounds like a throwback type of a ball player, and he plays it that way, and that's a good thing.
Polanco takes ball 1. Polanco a Gold Glover last year at third base.
Yeah, and that's a little different lineup than Charlie Manuel would like to have. He'd love to have Utley in there, Ryan Howard. He'd love to have Jimmy Rollins a little higher in the batting order, but those guys are hurt. Close play over at first base. Victorino. You know, you talk about these Phils putting everything together for a 102 win season last year. Victorino part of that. You remember he's a Rule 5 player, so you talk about 3 or 4 core guys having big years all at once. That will create a 102 win season. That's what they did last season.
1-0 to Polanco, who lines it into center for a base hit. Well, the first 2 Phillies have reached against Jeff Karstens tonight.
Well, the Pirates did that in the first inning against Roy Halladay. Didn't score. Let's see if we can turn the tables on them. Pitch by Carson's. Good looking pitch. That's a pretty good piece of hitting by Polanco. Slider down and away, just turns it back around over shortstop. Now Jimmy Rollins, a little different scenario. Andrew McCutcheon hit away in this situation on Thursday on the opener. Now Jimmy Rollins not out of the realm of possibility. He might put a ball down just to get a base hit, not only sacrifice the runners over to second and third. He's that kind of speed. He's got that kind of speed. He's got that kind of bunting ability.
Remember on opening day in the first inning with 2 outs, he laid down a bunt for a base hit. That's how he recorded his first hit of 2012. 2 on, nobody out, and there's the bunt down third, fielded by McGee. He'll get Rollins by a step at first. So now 2 men in scoring position for Philadelphia with 1 out.
The true sacrifice as Jimmy shortened up and just pushed the ball down the third baseline. Textbook stuff for Jimmy Rollins. Squares around, pushes the ball, forces McGee to come in. That leaves third base open. The comfortable stroll by Victorino to get over to third base.
Hunter Pence, the hitter, the right fielder. He's had some success against Karstens in the past. 8 out of 21. He's hit .381 against Jeff.
Yeah, but you got first base open. You got Lance Nix in the on-deck circle. Do you pitch around Hunter Pence or pitch him at least carefully?
Pence takes ball 1.
One thing you see about Hunter Pence, I think we'll be able to see it from this straight-on shot and back of the pitcher. He's pretty well up on top of home plate. See that back foot going in.
Pence is not necessarily orthodox.
No.
In the way that he performs. But he gets results.
Oh, he's a good player. The Phillies were not the only team that were trying to get his services last year in the middle of the year, but he was one of those last to first guys. Went from the Astros in last place to the Phillies in first place.
Charlie Manuel likes him, especially in this situation. He had .339 last year with runners in scoring position. Career is .300. Swing and a miss.
Good looking slider. You've got to go that far down, that far away from Pence, because he goes out and gets the ball. This is a nice looking pitch by Jeff Karstens out of that hitting area, but you got to go that far out away from Hunter.
1-2 coming from Karstens to Pence. Victorino at third, Polanco at second.
You can try to make him chase now. Strikeout opportunity. Nice 1-2 pitch. Away, down and away with the slider the previous pitch, and then up and in with a fastball. That's out of the pitcher's textbook.
See the numbers against Karstens.
Following the slider, you see Barajas. They want to get him in there, and that's a good job by Pence to stay alive. You're going to get a lot of hitters to swing and miss at that pitch right there. That's the frustrating part.
Fouled it off his elbow.
I'll tell you, Jeff has thrown him some real good pitches, and Pence has really hung tough in there. Don't let A.J. Burnett see this.
No. Came up, got him in the elbow. Well, the elbow's safer than where A.J. got it. The AGH can from Allegheny General Hospital Sports Medicine. Such a great tool we have to utilize in our telecasts. 1-2 pitch toward the middle. Walker's got it. He won't have a play, and it's 1-0 Philadelphia. An RBI for Pence. Victorino scores. And now runners at the corners with 1 out.
Again, Pence does a good job really doing some good things, fouling some good pitches off, and not much Neil could do. Just stop the ball. You save a run for the time being. Double play still in order.
Lance Nix getting the start at first base tonight. Ty Wigginton started there on opening day Thursday. And then a curveball taken for a strike.
Backdoor curveball that starts out outside the strike zone, curves in to pick up that outside corner.
High. Karstens, 29 years of age, 6'3" and 185, from Marina Del Rey, California. Lives in Tampa. Spent a season collegiately pitching at Texas Tech. Was drafted twice, once by the Expos in 2000, and then in 03 was drafted by the Yankees. And a strike called there to Nix. In fact, when he was drafted by the Expos, Steve, he was drafted as a catcher. Didn't sign out of high school. Went on to junior college before heading over to Texas Tech, and then the Yankees came calling, and it was hard not to sign. Runners off the corners and 1 out.
Hard to turn down the Yankees.
They seem to make people offers they can't refuse, and they apparently did that to Cliff Lee, but Lee refused it anyway to go back to the Phillies.
You know, when you get to a certain point, there's going to be a lot of money either way. Sometimes it gets to a comfort level. Sometimes there's other considerations besides just the final dollar sign. Jeff Carson's laboring here in the first inning, but still not damaged greatly.
Jeff's thrown 19 pitches already. This is very much uncommon.
Cliff Lee waits his turn.
Cliff was offered a very lucrative deal by the Yankees, and also the Texas Rangers, and turned it down. So Nix goes down on strikes. 2 away for John Mayberry, who will be up next.
Very nice breaking ball down in that unhittable area, down and into a left-hand batter. They're not going to be able to do much with that, but they can't afford to take it either. That's a pitcher's pitch. Jeff Carsons gets a big out. You're wondering a little bit about working around Hunter Pence to get to Nix, maybe get that strikeout against a guy who doesn't have the credentials of a Hunter Pence. But do you want to load the bases in the first inning with just 1 out? So that probably went into the mix of why you pitch to Hunter Pence. See what you can do, because if you get him, then you might be able to get out of the whole deal.
Well, Mayberry takes a strike. He had the big hit yesterday, not yesterday, but opening day 2 days ago. He was the only one with an extra base hit. Had the double down the right field line that put him at second and Wigginton at third before Ruiz came up and hit the sacrifice fly to right field.
Also made a couple of real top-notch defensive plays in left field. Big part of that ball game.
1-1. Now it's 0-2 to Mayberry. Yeah, you think of the catch he made off the bat of Clint Barmas up against the wall at the 383 mark.
And there was a previous one too that had a little rise to it at the end that he was able to get back and reach up and bring down.
Karstens with that slop drop curveball, a little bit quick for him, 68 miles an hour. I've seen him throw it up there, what, 66, 65.
And now you're going to try for another strikeout. Be alive, Rod Barajas. Going to try to make him chase, perhaps.
0-2. And this one hit in the air to center field. Andrew McCutchen calling for it. They'll make the grab. The Phillies strike first on 3 hits. They pick up 1 run. Pirates coming to the plate when we return to PNC Park. Plate in the bottom half. Take a look at Clint Hurdle's lineup, brought to you by Toyota. Tabata and Presley flip-flop spots in the order tonight. McCutchen in the 3rd spot. McGee hitting cleanup. Matt Hague making his major league debut. Then Walker moving down in the order. Barajas 7th, Barmas 8th, and Jeff Carson's a pitcher, bats 9th against left-hander Cliff Lee.
Doesn't get any easier for the Pirates. Halliday the other day, and now it's Cliff Lee. Take a look at his numbers last year, 17-8. A lot of backstories to that record of 17-8. A great stretch in a couple of months. 3 straight shutouts, 3 consecutive shutouts. That is doing some serious pitching.
Tabata takes strike 1. Tabata hits 2nd on opening day. Presley leadoff. And Clint Hurdle said he wanted to flip them around, get a look at it tonight. He said if there was an extra at bat to be had in this game, he wanted Jose to have it. 1-1.
Yep. Tabata gets his chance against Cliff Lee. You want to try to get to the good ones early if you can.
Well, the Pirates will see a steady dose of the cut fastball from Lee.
You also see a steady diet of strikes. This guy has phenomenal control. Here's an overview of how good his control is. Last year, he started 32 games. He walked 42 and struck out 238. That's a 4-to-1 ratio. He's averaging just over a walk per start. That's getting it in the strike zone.
1-2. Tabata lets it go. 2-2. I mentioned the 17 wins. First for a Phillies lefty since Shane Raleigh in 1987 when he went 17 and 11. Three-time All-Star. 2-2. Check swing roller, and Galvis will throw him out. One gone for the Pirates. Defensively for Charlie Manuel's Philadelphia Phillies. In the outfield, John Mayberry, Shane Victorino, Hunter Pence. In the infield, left to right, Placido Polanco, Jimmy Rollins, Freddie Galvis, and Lance Nix. And doing the catching, Carlos Ruiz. Cliff Lee on the hill. Well, Mayberry looks like he's going to walk into that left field spot since the departure of Raul Ibanez to the Yankees. And they seem to like his bat quite a bit.
You want to get a little clinic on pitching and control. Watch the Phillies catcher, Carlos Ruiz, when he is ready to receive the ball from Lee. Unless Lee is off his game, those pitches are going to be where the target is. He's going to throw the ball where Ruiz wants it. And that's one of his real strengths. Okay, we'll keep an eye on Ruiz. Wants it up and in. Yep.
Presley, a leadoff single.
Yep, threw it up and in. Alex did a good job.
Presley led off opening day with a base hit. And here, a one-out single.
Not quite far enough in. Not as far in as they wanted. Not quite as high as they wanted. So Lee misses his spot, and Presley makes him pay.
Alex now 2 out of 5 on the young season. Here is Andrew McCutchen, 0 for 3 opening day. One to Kutch.
Yeah, don't be surprised if you see a lot of Pirate batters going after early pitches, because with his control, you stand around and wait. You stand around and fall behind in the count.
23 home runs last year for McCutchen. He's got the ability to be a 30 stolen base, 30 home run guy. And maybe even a 30, 100 guy if he gets 100 RBIs. He was in the 80s last year, as you saw, and who just puts together some more numbers. He can get to that. It's going to be a big mark for him if he can.
Alex Presley thought about taking off on that previous pitch.
Hot shot down to Rollins. Galvis the turn. Double play. Nothing across for the Bucks. We'll go to the second inning. Phillies with a 1-0 lead. into the opening week of baseball, brought to you by Burger King. Pirates and Phillies, top of the second, 1-0 Philadelphia. And Jeff Karsten set to face the Phillies catcher Carlos Ruiz. It'll be Ruiz and then Galvis and Lee. 7, 8, 9 in the Phillies order.
3 hits for Mr. Ruiz on Thursday.
And probably the biggest contact he made was the one he didn't get credit for a hit. It was the sacrifice fly to right field that resulted in the game's only run scoring. Got Wigginton to score from third base.
By the way, thanks for that nice shot of Legacy Square. A big part of this whole complex, this campus of PNC Park, honoring the Negro Leagues, some of their superstars, many of whom played in Pittsburgh. Legacy Square.
To pitch, Ruiz stays alive. Yeah, if you haven't seen it, it is definitely worth your while.
Interactive
to go. Yeah, I mean, it's the statues. You have a lot of informative audio recordings that go along with it. So many things to see around this park. 1-2 pitch. Blocked by Barajas. 2-2 now to Carlos Ruiz.
Good work. It was a labor for Jeff Carson's, but after the 2 leadoff singles kept him to just 1 run. Good stuff for Jeff, and hope we get a chance to come back and acknowledge that with a Pirate win as being a big factor, big early factor.
Got him. Second strikeout tonight for Karstens. 1 away in the top half of the second.
Big breaking ball from Jeff. Maybe not out as far as he wanted to, but he got it out far enough to make Ruiz chase. Had a little out in front with that nice off-speed curveball.
Here's Freddie Galvis. Made his major league debut Thursday. Playing second base. A converted shortstop. He's from Venezuela and wears number 13, which is a tradition among Venezuelan shortstops to at least get a chance to do that once in their career. Ronnie Cedeno was here. He wore number 13, but that was until Clint Hurdle came along, and that's been Hurdle's number for years. So he gave it up, switched to number 5 last year. But Galvis filling in for Chase Utley at second base. And he hits this one high in the air, deep to right field. Settling underneath it is his countryman, Jose Tabata. Let's take a look at our Day Automotive opening day roundup. News and notes from opening day. The Miami Marlins unveiled their new ballpark in a 1-game series and lost to the Cardinals. 3 teams had shutout wins. We know about the Phillies, the Mets and Reds also. And Carlos Pena became the 5th player in big league history. They had a grand slam in the first inning of a game. He had a 2-run single to beat the Yankees. What a day for Carlos Pena, back with the Tampa Bay Rays. I don't know which hit he would say is bigger, the walk-off hit to beat the Yankees on opening day or his first inning grand slam.
Nice choices.
Cliff Lee had a couple of home runs last year. He was in a tie for the National League lead among pitchers hitting home runs. You know who else was in that group? Was Zach Duke. With Arizona,
right, yeah.
He hit 2 home runs.
Zach's out of a job right now. Got released.
Released by Houston. 3-1 to Lee. Cole Hamels moved to the number 4 spot so he can pitch opening day in Philadelphia against the Marlins. Matt Hague will toss to Karstens. And a 1-2-3 top half of the second inning. 1-0 Phils at PNC Park on Easter weekend. Pirates wrap up their opening series of the season. It all starts tomorrow beginning at 1 o'clock right here on Root Sports. James McDonald will have the ball for the Pirates. He'll pitch against Vance Worley. See Kevin Correa to his right. Kevin will pitch the road opener against the Dodgers on Tuesday.
You know, you talk about Mr. Lee and Mr. Halladay. Don't forget about Mr. Worley's name. He did a job on the Pirates down at McKechnie Field that was as impressive as anything I've ever seen in spring training. I haven't seen him work in the regular season very much, if at all, but he was as dominant could be. So dig your heels in on Sunday's game, tomorrow's game.
Well, there's three of a kind right there. Cole Hamels, Jim Thome, Juan Pierre. There's Casey McGee. 2010, McGee was the Brewers MVP. You think about the lineup the Brewers had, and for him to have the best offensive numbers is very impressive. Last year, a setback, and hoping that he has regained his form offensively. 1-1 pitch from Lee. It's 2-1. But 169 against left-handers last year. No home runs. Right-handers, we feasted on them a little bit more. Casey ahead now, 3-1. Vance Worley will go tomorrow.
Very impressive. J-Mac. He might have the best pure stuff.
McGee, ground ball. It's stopped by a diving Polanco. He throws him out.
Well, you mentioned the Gold Glove of Placido Polanco. You got a little taste of it right there.
Outstanding play at the hot corner.
One of the keys to this play for any infielder, you make that commitment with the body, and you get up and you don't panic. You don't rush. The veterans will get up, get that back foot established again, and make your play. You get up and you have those big eyes, and you might throw that ball into section 12.
Matt Hague, his first major league at bat, takes a strike. He hit .400 to lead the club in average in spring training and had 7 home runs. Toward the middle, Rollins. Hague is 0 for 1. 2 men out for the Pirates in the second.
That's all right. He is officially a big leaguer. He's made an at bat. He's been out on the field. An evening of firsts for Matt Hague.
He was impressive in the spring. His last at bat in Florida was a pinch hit appearance against the Blue Jays in Dunedin. He got up, saw one pitch, and promptly hit it out. Now Neil Walker moving down in the order to the 6th spot. Was 0 for 3 on opening day.
That's a routine ground ball, but Matt Hague will never ever forget that moment or this evening. No one to appeal. No swing. 1-1. Neil was kind enough to wish his mom a happy birthday prior to the game. Speaking of moms, Matt Hague called his to say he made the opening day roster. She cried. It was an emotional moment for the Hague family.
Nothing wrong with that.
Just fouled on the right side.
Neil Walker does a lot of things right, doesn't he? A little reflection on mom and dad and how he was brought up.
Well, 1-2 to Neil. Had the top fielding percentage among National League second baseman last year, .992. He played at a Gold Glove level, yet did not get the Gold Glove. Out to Brandon Phillips of the Reds. And there is Carolyn Walker right there, without the sunglasses. On her birthday, enjoying her son playing at PNC Park. Not a lot of moms get to do that. Come out here and watch their kid play in this park.
She's one of those rare moms that can say, well, it's 9 o'clock. I know where my kids are.
Exactly.
At least one of them.
3-2. 2 down. Ball 4. And the Pirates with a base runner.
And a rare free pass from Cliff Lee. Cliff Lee, 33 years old, out of Benton, Arkansas. Quoted at 6'3", 205 pounds. 22-3 in 2008 to win the Cy Young Award. 22-3.
Finished third in the voting last year behind his teammate Roy Halladay and the eventual winner Clayton Kershaw of the Dodgers. Barajas. Ball 1.
And we talked about the 3 shutouts in a row for Cliff Lee. A total of 6. This day and age, that's a big number because you don't have that many guys going 9 innings.
You had 3 in a row.
I did back in the day. When you're in that kind of groove, you want the ball every other day. Give me the baseball. I got it for the time being. I've got it. I'm in that zone.
Yeah, 1968?
68, yeah, the year of the pitcher. A lot of us had good years that year. Denny McClain won 31. Gibson had a 1.12 ERA.
Two and 1 to Barajas. I just showed you a shot of Roy Halladay. One of the things that you don't see when these guys aren't pitching is what they do away from the mound. And today when I got to the ballpark and took the elevator up to the upper concourse and was walking, there was Roy Halladay running the upper concourse all by himself. Here very, very early in the day. Throw back to first and Walker gets in there.
He's a very disciplined guy from what we understand with his routines and his conditioning.
But the guys who are good want to be better, and the guys who are great are just like them. They want to be better. Roy is one of those guys. It's why he is going to go down as one of the best pitchers of our generation.
He done just fine in 1968.
3-1 and Barajas down to Polanco. Barajas thrown out. Pirates strand a man, and we're on to the 3rd inning. 1-0 Philadelphia.
Brought to you by PNC Bank, for the achiever in you. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. By Barrel.com, definitely worth the click. And by your Toyota dealer, where quality, dependability, and good MPG all come standard. Toyota, moving forward. Let's go Bucks.
Some great shots from opening day, and the Bucko Nation is here on the Rotunda. The Rotunda is full again at PNC Park. The Nation wants some runs here, too. Phillies with a 1-0 lead with Steve Blass. I'm Tim Neverett. Lisa Collins is here as well. We're glad you're along watching Pirates baseball with us here tonight. Jeff Karstens Facing the top of the order for the second time. This is Shane Victorino at the plate. Single and a run scored, 1 for 1 tonight.
Good top of the second for Jeff Carsons. Maybe little butterflies in that first inning. He's on the other side of all that.
2-0 to Victorino. Victorino likes to wear the double flapped helmet. He's a switch hitter. Doesn't want to have two helmets. Other switch hitters will have one for the right side, one for the left side. It's pretty simple. Just says, give me one. That's good enough.
Good enough for the Flying Hawaiian. Isn't that what they call him?
Yeah. Well, he was in an episode of Hawaii 5-0 this offseason. Tried his hand at acting a little bit.
Phillies liked his act for the last few years.
To center field. Andrew McCutchen has it measured up. One gone for Philadelphia. Well, Karstens has settled down after giving up the RBI single to Hunter Pence in the first inning. He's retired 6 straight since. Faces Placido Polanco. Polanco with a base hit, 1 for 1. You know, we've seen Jeff Karstens up and down from the minor leagues to the major leagues. Last year, believe it or not, was his first full wire-to-wire season in the major leagues.
A blue-collar career for a blue-collar guy, and we need that in all the best of terms.
One shot.
Ouch.
Consider the fact, Steve, that a couple of seasons ago, after the 2009 season, Pirates took him off the roster.
He said, I'll show you. And he did.
Came back, and whatever spring training assignment they gave him, whatever bus he had to ride, whatever day game he had to be ready for after the night game, split squad, no matter what, he showed up. Earned himself a spot on the club. 1-2 now to Polanco.
Nice.
Jeff went all in.
Kind of a common phrase around here, isn't it?
On the right field side out of play. Well, one thing about Jeff too, and you saw Ray Searage there next to Clint Hurdle, pitching coach. He's got a very, very good relationship with Ray. Probably doesn't hurt that they don't live that far apart. Searage makes his home in St. Petersburg, Florida, right across the causeway from where Jeff lives in Tampa. They've had time to work out in the off season. Over to left center field, Alex Presley will make the catch for the second out.
Doesn't hurt at all either that Jeff comes over and mows the lawn of Ray Searage. You know, that's never a bad thing to do for your pitching coach.
Can you get me in the rotation? Can you get me the 2 spot in the rotation?
I'll mow the lawn twice a week.
I'll even cut the bushes.
Trim, yeah.
Michael McHenry, backup catcher, hanging close to the pitching coach.
2 people that should be your best friends, your pitching coach and the home plate umpire.
Jimmy Rollins takes high for a ball. Also in the shot, Nick Leyva. He'd been away from the club for a few days due to some personal business and is back here today. See Nick back.
You know, you wonder if it goes into the file a little bit, Tim, that Mr. Halladay hit our best hitter, Andrew McCutchen, on opening day. Roy Halladay knows where the ball's going. And you just want to wonder if that goes into the file that sometime down the road that the Pirates would say, well, you just have to acknowledge that. Look out.
Barmes, who was also hit by a pitch by Halladay, makes the catch. So, second straight time, Karstens has retired the Phillies in order. All ages to the Pittsburgh Pirates 5K home run Saturday, April 21st. The race tours the North Shore and finishes on the field at PNC Park. Plus, families can participate in the 1 mile family run sponsored by DeBella Subs. All proceeds benefit Pirates charities. To register, go to pirates.com/5K home run. Clint Barmes leading off against Cliff Lee. And Jeff Karstens, and back to the top of the order, Jose Tabata. I was all set to run in that event, Steve, but I got assigned to do a radio show that morning on the Fan. So
I'd like to run into it, but I plan on not feeling well that day.
Really? You could arrange it so you could step on another stingray.
No thanks. No thanks. Tried that once, didn't like it.
2-1 pitch, and Barmes toward the right side. That ball will float into the front row.
By the way, just to finish up a little comment about the situation, and it wasn't not a big deal, but I don't want any of our hitters to get hit, but that's part of the game, and I'm not being critical of Roy Halladay either. Many times when you hit a batter, whether it's a star or not, it will get in the heads of some future batters, and they won't be quite as aggressive outside the outside part of the plate.
2-2 on the infield. Galvis, sliding catch. Just a cue shot up in the air by Barmes. And there's one out.
I don't think Clint got all of that one.
I think he just missed it.
Yeah.
But did you see the way Galvis broke back on the swing?
You see a big swing, your natural reaction is to give a little ground. You get a big swing and not very good contact, you can get fooled.
Karstens takes ball one from Cliff Lee.
Well, Jeff, just pretend he's Randy Johnson. Yourself a base hit. That's what you did against the big unit. That special day you had.
Jeff was early in his tenure. I believe it was his second start. He made his debut against the Cubs in 2008.
That was a good one. And it was better the next one.
The next one was better in Arizona against the Diamondbacks. He had a perfect game going into the seventh inning.
7th or 8th. Got a couple hits against the unit.
I think he was 2 for 3 against Randy Johnson. 1 ball, 2 strikes against Cliff Lee. It's always the fun part of the game when you get a hit, isn't it, as a pitcher?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Other times it's not so fun.
Well, when you get a hit, it's always fun. But yeah, there are a lot of at-bats that are not fun at all. Jeff making Cliff Lee work a little bit for a bunch of pitches.
There's a Tabata on deck. 1 out, nobody on. 2-2 pitch to Karstens. Broke his bat, rolled it foul. Bat exploded.
The best thing that can happen to you when you're hitting as a pitcher is to hit the ball over the fence and then go down to first base, and the first base coach tells you to take a left instead of curling back to the right and going back to the dugout. Some kindling.
Cliff Lee keeping a watchful eye on that weapon that was projected toward him. A new bat for Karstens. 2-2 pitch. The count full. Lee missed with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. That's about where Lee tops out. 92, maybe 93.
Tops out pretty well. 238 strikeouts last year.
3-2, and again, Karstens making him work.
Work.
Nice to see.
233 innings, 238 strikeouts for Charlie Manuel. Cliff Lee's work. Had a chance to interview Charlie for the radio show tomorrow. Another foul ball. Make him work, Jeff. Charlie Manuel, he's a delight to talk to. He's old school. Had a nice conversation. He's had a lot of success. He hasn't lost track of things. I'm going to have to stop him and say hello to Charlie. He's a good trooper.
10th pitch to Karstens, and he'll get an 11th.
Well, Lee keeps throwing fastballs. Jeff keep looking for fastballs. Gets a piece.
Way to go, Jeff.
I'm looking around this ballpark. We're not going to be too far away from the total we had here on Thursday. And that finally gets him.
Got a piece of it, but Ruiz hung on, and Cliff Lee had to earn that strikeout.
His first.
Lee with 46 pitches in the game. And about a quarter of them to Jeff Karstens. Jose Tabata 0 for 1. Swings and misses. Tabata had an excuse me check swing roller to second base to start the Pirates half of the first inning. Phillies got their run in the top of the first. Victorino and Polanco back-to-back base hits. Sacrifice by Jimmy Rollins. Put the bunt down. Had runners at second and third, and then Hunter Pence with a base hit up the middle. It was gloved by Walker behind the second base bag, but he had no play. And that scored Victorino with the game's only run. Two-one to Tabata. 3-1 now. Lee did let Neil Walker get away in the second inning with 2 outs. Walked him. If he loses Tabata here, it'd be a rare time you'd see Cliff Lee with more walks than strikeouts in a game.
And this is a little out of character for him in that regard, but also the number of pitches.
Down to third, Polanco. Goes out Tabata. Pirates gone in order in inning number 3. Fireworks coming up after the game from the Allegheny River. All kids 14 and younger receive a Pirate Parent Build-A-Bear doll. Thanks to Highmark. Come early for the Kids Fun Zone on Federal Street. Stay after. Kids get to run the bases thanks to H.K. Anderson Pretzels. For tickets, go to pirates.com. Pirate Parent Build-A-Bear. That's tomorrow. And the Pirates and Phillies wrap up this 3-game set. 1-0 Phillies, top of the 4th inning. Along with Steve Blass, I'm Tim Everett. Glad you're with us tonight. Watching our first night game of the season. Hunter Pence, the batter. He will take a ball, 1-0.
Okay, Tim, I think I've seen just about enough of 1-0 Philly leads for the last day and a half. So let's change that, shall we?
Yeah, I'm with you there.
Had enough of it on Thursday, had enough of it so far tonight.
Pence fooled by that one and took it for a strike.
There's that slow curveball you're talking about. That's the tricky one because you're throwing it inside to a right-hand batter. He thinks it's going to stay in there. I don't know if he can call that the back door slider or the front door slider?
Nice backhand play by Barnes. Throw to Hague. 1 out. Take a look at a question tonight, Steve. How about this one? Our AT&T trivia question. Last season, Cliff Lee led the majors with 6 complete game shutouts. Who was the last Phillies pitcher with at least 6 complete game shutouts in a season?
Am I allowed to guess? Out loud?
Can I give you a hint?
Well, I'm going to guess Steve Carlton, whether you give me a hint or not.
I was going to say he threw from the same side as Cliff Lee. This one a ripped foul by Lance Nix.
I don't know if that's the answer, but I remember Steve Carlton. You talk about a season, 1972, the Phillies won 59 games. Carlton won 27 of them.
That's pitching. 0-1 missed inside to Lance Nix. Nix had been with Cincinnati. We had seen him play much more often with the Reds. Now here with the Phillies. Pirates infield in a shift. Barnes has the left side all to himself. A different looking shift though, Steve. Noticing third baseman Casey McGee is out in right field. Normally that's where Neil Walker is. But with nobody on, this is a different looking shift that the Pirates are employing. Typically the third baseman would move over to the shortstop or the second base spot. With Walker.
So our third baseman's in right field?
Our third baseman's in right field, and the ball goes down the left field line. Long run for Presley. That'll go into the seats.
I think we got him fooled.
Take a look at Nix's hits by direction. 42 to right. So heavily defended to the right side. Full count to Nix. 1 out. And there is McGee in right field. Short right field.
It'd be tough for him to get over and make a play on a bunt to third base.
Tough to impossible. I think they're conceding the bunt.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I'm sure there's a reason why they're doing this. I mean, if you're going to do it, what difference does it make who's out in short right field?
I mean, we've seen the shift 100% of the time the last 2 seasons. Walker's been that guy out there. 3-2. Oh, just missed. Just missed. Very close on the inside edge. Perhaps a little off it.
Now, Jeff's going to have to wait now till he gets his third baseman back. Take a look. A little bit upstairs, but looked like could have got the call. Did not.
Larry Vanover calling the balls and strikes tonight. Veteran umpire John Mayberry Jr. And that walk ends a string of 9 straight retired by Karstens. Middle infield playing for 2. Ball 1 to Mayberry. Karstens had an interesting number last year when it came to ERA. His ERA was very good. But when he pitched 6 innings,
really good.
His ERA was 2.43. When he pitched 7, it was even better, 1.71. And a ground ball slowly hit to short. Barmes with 1 play. And Mayberry is out. Over to second base goes Nix.
You know, I constantly hear people talk about Jeff Karstens. Well, he doesn't have much of a fastball, but he knows how to pitch. He's got a good feel out there. I acknowledge all that. But I don't want to take away the fact I think he's got a decent fastball. You saw Roy Halladay the other day, one of the best, if not the best in the business, with 88, 89, maybe hitting 90. That's where Jeff Karstens is. So his fastball is plenty adequate for the major league level. Plenty adequate.
Steve, when you see that 66-mile-an-hour curveball followed up by an 89, 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
It's like a freight train coming at you.
Yeah, it's got to just, I mean, you're talking 25, 26 miles an hour difference.
Nice separation.
Times.
Nice separation.
Isn't that the name of the game?
Separation.
Change speeds.
Change speeds. Get batters out in front, and then they don't have much left. They can hit it on the line with their hands or their arms, but they don't have that power that they have when they stay back and get the entire body involved.
1-0 Phillies, 2 down, top of the 4th. That second is Nix.
Get that swing started a little too early or a little too late. That's the name of the game. You do that by changing speeds.
1-1 now to Ruiz. Talking to Jeff the other day, he wants to make something happen in the first 3 pitches. That's one of the things all the pitchers are talked to about by the pitching staff, the coaching staff of the pitchers, led by Ray Series. Make something happen in the first 3 pitches of the at-bat, and they feel you'll be successful. Jeff hasn't been doing that much tonight, but more often than not, he did during spring training.
You got to help me out. The next time you interview Clint Hurdle, you got to ask him why it was McGee that went out in right field. Just for me. Call me on the phone. Just tell me on the next trip.
We'll see Clint in the morning. That's on the list. To the right side on a base hit. Nix will be held at third. And now the Phillies with runners at the corners and 2 down.
Initially, Juan Samuel was going to wave Lance Nix around. Then he stopped him. Ball out to Tabata. Jose comes in. Up throwing. Not the strongest throw in the world, but he got rid of it quickly, and that created the stop sign at third base. Ruiz has become a hit machine.
Ruiz 1 for 2 tonight, 3 for 3 Thursday. And Ruiz not going to start tomorrow. Brian Schneider will start tomorrow behind the plate to catch Vance Worley. And that's a situation where you ask the question, well, is he his personal catcher? And Charlie Manuel will wince at you and say no, that's not the case. He says, is it a day game after a night game situation? And that's not the answer either. It's more along the lines of he catches Worley more than Ruiz does.
Well, that becomes his personal catcher. You know, that's kind of an interesting thing that a pitcher that young has a personal catcher. That's that's another question I'd like to ask.
Well, Cliff Lee and Roy Halladay apparently have a personal catcher too, because they've made it known they want Ruiz catching him. So Ruiz will catch when Halladay and Lee pitch to left field. On the move is Presley. That's the end of that half inning for the Phillies. No runs a hit. 2 men left. Pirates trailing the Phils 1-0. the majors with 6 complete game shutouts. Who was the last Phillies pitcher with at least 6 complete game shutouts in a season, Steve?
Lefty.
You were right on it. Steve Carlton, 1982, also with 6 complete games. And Lefty was dominant. On most nights, he had the baseball in his hand.
He was always good when he started cutting that fastball slider, cuts right there in on the hands of right-hand batters. It was over. Right there again.
Tim Wallach didn't like it.
A lot of them didn't.
A couple of Phillies fans here today.
Oh, yeah.
Alex Presley, number 2 in the order tonight. 1 for 1 at a base hit first time up.
Didn't matter if they raised the toll on the Pennsylvania Turnpike or not. There they are.
Still made it. Now, how did that Philly fanatic doll get in there? I thought the Pirate Parrot had strict rules against that. That's his arch rival. 2-0 pitch. It's 2-1. Yeah, when you bring up the Philly fanatic to the Pirate Parrot, he starts getting steam. He doesn't like it.
There's a tribute to the Parrot.
Good looking headgear, huh?
Yeah.
And that's the countermeasure.
More headgear.
Presley slaps it foul, stays 2-2. I'll tell you what, Steve, one thing we really noticed last summer as the buzz for the Bucks continued to grow throughout this region, the younger fans that would come dressed up, having a blast at the ballpark. We hope to see that again this summer and even more of it.
Yep, a lot of Bucco gear.
Popped up. Polanco getting underneath it, foul ground. Presley is gone. 1 away for the Pirates in the bottom half of the 4th. Let's take a look at the Barrel League leaders. Most home runs against left-handers last year. Jay Bruce and Matt Kemp each with 11, and there was Andrew McCutchen along with Justin Upton of the Diamondbacks with 10 apiece. Barrel Automotive, definitely worth the click at barrel.com. Popped him up. Catcher Ruiz. He came back on him, and quickly there are 2 men out. Not a good start for McCutchen. He's 0 for 5. He's hit into 2 double plays in the first 2 games. Now has popped out to the catcher.
Little circuitous route for Ruiz. Keep in mind, this is a former infielder, Carlos Ruiz. A tribute to the Philadelphia pitchers that they enjoy throwing to him. I'm not going to try to be an old dog all season, but I was never particularly fond of your own personal catcher. I thought that was a little slap in the face of the other catchers on your ball club.
Do you care who you threw to?
No. Nope.
As long as he had a glove?
As long as he had a glove and he's rooting for me.
1-1 to Casey McGee. McGee robbed of a hit by Polanco. Hit one in the hole between short and third his first time up. Polanco made a great diving stab. Jumped to his feet and threw him out.
I always pitched a lot to Manny Sanguillen, but I never ever considered him to be a personal catcher. I thought that would have been an insult to Milt May, who I thought maybe was one of the most underrated Pirate catchers that we had around this organization.
1-2 from Lee. 2-2. Lee wanted that one. Galvis battling with a baseball and manages to throw him out. It was baseball versus Galvis, and Galvis won.
Split decision, but he won.
Well, Freddie Galvis filling in for Chase Utley at second base. Got in the way of the baseball, and his shortstop skills helped him there, playing second base. Clouth back with the Pirates. PNC for the Achiever in You. 261 with the Buccos. 482 games. 2008 an All-Star, Gold Glover. To appear on opening day as a pinch hitter. Had a fine spring too. The 2 home runs he hit in spring training, both game winners against Boston and against Toronto. Cliff Lee leads things off in the 5th inning. 1-0 Philadelphia. 1 run on 4 hits. Pirates no runs on 1 hit. There's the southpaw hurler. Karstens delivers strike 2. Karstens making his 3rd career start against Philadelphia. This is his 6th overall appearance. Has no decisions against the Phillies. To left field. Presley there. 1 out. Let's check in downstairs with Lacey Collins. Lacey.
Tim, if there was any doubt in Nate McLeod's head in the offseason about returning to Pittsburgh, it was gone opening day thanks to the fans.
For the Pirates, number 2, Nate McLeod will bat for a re-sign. Nate McLeod.
Making him feel right at home in his return to Pittsburgh. He told me he didn't expect anything like that in the ovation, but he says it's also what made it feel just right about coming back to the Bird. Guys?
Yeah, it's nice for him to be back here because when the Pirates traded him to Atlanta, it was an unpopular trade at the time, but everybody involved in that trade still here. As Victorino's got his 2nd hit of the night.
You know, the interesting thing about that too, Nate made his feelings known before that kind of an ovation. So it wasn't like he reacted after he got that wonderful welcome. He was pretty sincere about coming back before they gave him that very, very nice round of applause.
He's traded for Charlie Morton, Gorkis Hernandez, and Jeff Locke. Morton, Hernandez, and Locke all still with the Pirates, and they got Nate back as well. So I have to say that trade worked out.
Keep an eye on Shane Victorino. He will take off. He'll try to steal a base. 1-0 ball game. Not much happening.
There goes Victorino. He stops. Throwback down by Barajas, and a backdoor tag just a little bit late. Big secondary lead by Victorino. Looked like he had thoughts on breaking for second and then just slammed on the brakes.
Abort the mission. Abort the mission.
Smart enough to know to turn that head away. He's probably been tagged in the face a few times. And the throw over.
See if he does steal a base. You want to go back to that old movie? Shane, come back, Shane. Alan Ladd at the end. Come back, Shane, come back. You'd want him back at first base.
How many movies have you seen?
1,000. Trivia question for Pirate fans. What's the name of the actor that played who's the kid actor that played that role that called Shane back? Answer is Brandon DeWitt.
Wow.
How are you going to argue with that? It was 8,000 years ago.
You could throw anybody's name out there and I'd still, I believe you. I was thinking you were going to say Chuck Connors.
Well, isn't the cowboy stuff? Former Bucko.
The rifleman who played for the Dodgers and the Boston Celtics.
That's right, yeah.
You could have told me that, I would have believed you.
I thought he played for the Pirates, but you're right.
Two and one now to Placido Polanco. We should mention Steve Blass was almost a star of the silver screen, but you ended up on the cutting room floor a couple of summers ago, didn't you?
Yep. Got on the credits, though. Abduction. A lot of that filmed here at PNC Park.
There goes Victorino. The pitch fouled off.
You know the nice thing about the credits, they go alphabetically.
Yeah, you were in there early. How did they have it listed? Baseball announcer not seen in movie, Steve Blass.
Something like that, yeah.
Two and two to Polanco. 1-0 ball game, top of the fifth inning. Jeff Karstens pitching to the Phillies' third baseman. Polanco 1 for 2. Ground ball to short. Barnes will flip to Walker for 1. Back to first. Hey, count, double play. Slowly hit ground ball, and Barnes turned it into 2. Outstanding work by the Pirates' middle infielders. And after 4.5, 1-0.
Nicely done. Clint gives him a nice chest high feed and smooth work around second base by Neil Walker. Nicely done on the pivot. All right, let's speed it up. This is how it went down. Clint, nice work by Neil Walker, and they get the double play. Maz would have liked that one. His star pupil gets it done. Good work.
Now, wouldn't Maz have taken it off the backside of the glove? Kind of pinned his hand against the side.
Well, Maz just changed directions. I don't even think the glove was involved at times.
1 ball, 1 strike to Matt Hague. Hague 0 for 1 in his major league debut tonight. Grounded out to the shortstop Rollins in the second inning. Lee's pitch. Inside 2-1. One thing Matt Hague wants to get tonight to take home with him is a baseball that would be given to him after his first major league hit. Two-one. Toward Rollins again. Hague is 0 for 2. Our AGH injury update has to do with the expensive right side of the Phillies infield. Chase Utley, no timetable for his return. And Ryan Howard blew out his Achilles on the last day of the season last year. And then his comeback this year, developed an infection, could return sometime during the month of May. Allegheny Sports Medicine injury update.
And that's a hurting thing for the Phillies. Regardless of their pitching, you want those bats in the lineup.
Will Walker looking for his first hit of the season. 0 for 3 opening day. Walked his first time up. That pitch just barely caught the black on the inside corner. 0-2. Walker beginning his second full season in the big leagues. Up high. You think about this guy, drafted as a catcher, groomed as a third baseman, and then when Pedro Alvarez came along, Pirates didn't know what they were going to do with him. Had a problem with Aki Iwamura at second base. Iwamura goes down. Walker gets called up. He's called out on strikes. And since that moment, Neil's been the everyday second baseman here in Pittsburgh. A.J. Burnett, well, where's he? He's in Bradenton, Florida, pitching against St. Lucie. And the Mets went 4 2/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run, struck out 5. Got to cover first a couple of times, got to back up a couple of bases, and A.J. Burnett on his way back to the big leagues.
Not too far away either.
No, all reports are good, and all reports are is that physically he's ahead of schedule. Clint Hurdle giving us the report earlier this afternoon on AJ's progress last night at McKechnie Field, and things very good. Gave us the report with a smile. So no target date set yet for AJ's return. Still needs to get fully stretched out as a starter. Basically, this is his own personal spring training.
Yep.
Because of the timing of the injury and then subsequent surgery. But AJ was known to say that he didn't hurt his arm. He hurt his cheek.
That's right.
So he felt like he could pitch.
Yeah. So it's not too long after that you can start throwing, because it's not an arm or leg thing. It's unfortunate in some ways, it's up around your face, but fortunate in other ways, you can keep the legs going and you can start throwing again. You're not going to get any balls hit back at you when you're throwing in the bullpen.
2-2. Barajas pops this one up foul over the first base dugout. What kind of bunter were you?
I was a decent bunter. Old school again. I would square around not quite as early, because I got a little nervous if I went around too early. I thought I had kind of a bullseye on my forehead, so I would try to time it a little differently. But it's repetition, it's concentration.
Barajas down on strikes. Pirates gone in order. We'll head to the 6th. Cliff Lee and the Phillies with a 1-0 lead.
Sponsor of opening week baseball.
Fantastic pictures provided us tonight by the AGH cam. Along with Lacey Collins and Steve Blass. Tim Neverett, top of the 6th inning, 1-0 Philadelphia. Jimmy Rollins, shortstop and third hitter in the order, facing Jeff Karstens. 1-0 pitch. Roped right at Matt Hague for the out.
Well, you need positioning every once in a while as a pitcher, and the Pirates got that. They had Hague in the right spot. That ball was blistered. And a quick out.
Former Pirates infield coach Perry Hill used to always say, range is position.
Yeah.
If you're positioned right, it's going to show up
you
that
got
you've
great
got
range. You got great range if you're there.
There's Hunter Pence with one out. Off speed pitch got him swinging.
There's your 66-mile-an-hour curveball. That's one of the pitches that Jeff got him to swing and miss first time up. Pence was able to later on get the infield hit to drive in the only run of the ball game in the top of the first. Still there.
Again, that 66-mile-an-hour curveball. Jeff and former Pirate Paul Mulholland last season used to have an internal competition to see who could throw the slowest one in a game.
The Dead Fish Award.
65 miles an hour might have had it last year.
Yeah.
To the right side, and Tabata on the run. 2 gone for Philadelphia.
And Jeff Carson's doing pretty much what Eric Bedard did opening day. Pitching very, very well, but both of them facing 2 of the best in the business. And right now, this game looking a lot like Thursday's opener. Let's hope we can change that part of the script.
Well, the Bucks bats need to show up here over the final stanza of this ball game.
Indeed.
Tony Watson warming up. The only lefty in the bullpen. Pitch to Nix, falls in for a strike. And the shift is on with Casey McGee in the outfield.
Carson scheduled to bat second in the 6th inning.
Ground ball to Walker.
Very efficient work here for Jeff Karstens.
Karstens retires the Phillies in order in the top half of the 6th. Pirates looking for a run. Light freeze cam. Shane Victorino right back through the box, and Jeff Carson's got a piece of it. Watch. Coors Light Freeze Can brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Usually an unnerving time for a pitcher when you have a bullet like that hit right back at you.
Just kind of glad it's off to the side.
A 1-0 lead for the Phillies. Penguins with a win today over the Flyers, 4-2. Kenny Malkin, monumental day for him. Picked up his 50th goal. But Barmas makes a strike.
Looks like Jeff Carson's night is over. Huh.
Josh Harrison in the on-deck circle. Barmas takes up high, 1-1.
You wonder if that would change should Barmas get on and they would just want Carson to try to bunt him over and save a bat. But there are plenty of bats. Let's get him on. Let them do whatever they want to do. It's not going to happen.
Rollins make the catch for out number 1. So Barmas is out. And now Cliff Lee putting together a long string of Pirates retired consecutively.
11 now.
And looks like it'll be Jamaica Navarro to hit. And Karsten's night is over. Karsten's talking to Chris LaRue. Here is Navarro, the former Boston Red Sox and Kansas City Royal. Made the club out of spring training as a utility man. A strike is called.
Good work for Jeff Carson. 6 innings, gave up just 1 run on 5 hits, walked a batter and struck out 2. So a good start for both Pirate starters, but have to do some offense to get him eligible to have a win, or at least get him off the hook.
The numbers on Karsten's: 1 earned run, 5 hits, 6 innings, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts.
It's simple. These Pirate pitchers just got to start hitting the ball better.
That makes it official right there. Jamaica Navarro, 2-1. First name spelled Y-A-M-A-I-C-O. After extensive research by yours truly, Greg Brown, and Jim Trudinich with the Pirates. Just asked him several times. He has informed us he wants his name pronounced Jamaica. Even though
turn the Y to a J, huh?
Even though with Boston and Kansas City and his whole career he's been Jamaica, he wants to be Jamaica now.
Okay, Navarro up there against Cliff Lee.
So Navarro waits and Lee winds. Ball 4. Navarro is aboard. The Pirates have the tying run on in the bottom of the 6th.
Just in case you're thinking along these lines, Cliff Lee gave up 18 home runs in his 32 starts last year. Not a high number, especially when you consider he does a lot of his work in that ballpark in Philadelphia, which gives up the long ball in bunches.
Jose Tabata 0 for 2 tonight. Grounded to second, grounded to third. Was 1 for 4 opening day. Looks at strike 1. How do you like true center there? Our center field camera brings you at home right down the barrel. You can see right over the point of home plate. That's where it emanates from. High atop the batter's eye. Camera location this year for us on Root Sports. Really gives you a different look. Most of the time you're going to see that camera angle off to the side a little bit.
On the shortstop side, which skews the whole thing. And go into detail about how that creates a perception that is not nearly as good as this one. The camera over the shortstop side, and then everything that's inside in reality would be further inside. It gets complicated, but this is better, trust me.
You see the camera to the left of the batter's eye? He's waving at you. That's typically where the center field camera shot comes from. But where ours is up there. And the foul ball by Tomlin.
Sorry, a little rusty with the telestrator there. A little
early.
late.
It's early.
I don't seem to get better, but way up on top there, okay?
Just to the right of the smoke from Manny's Barbecue is where our camera's located.
Now clear. Thank you.
Here's a 2-2. It's into center field for a base hit. Second hit of the night for the Pirates. And now something going on with 2 on and 1 out.
Outside part of the plate, what do? You try to hit the ball back through the middle. John Wayner, if you're watching, you'd like to see that. Good piece of hitting by Jose. Pirates are in business. Yeah, we're talking about preferred catchers or favorite personal catchers. Well, you know, the record with others is not too bad.
Not shabby.
No. The thing was Cliff Lee is going to pitch pretty darn well, no matter who's in back of home plate. So, but
the key thing there, though, is that his earned run average is a full run lower with Ruiz. And again, you're talking about Lee with a number of other guys, but this one just pulled foul by Presley. The catcher's ERA, is that?
I don't even.
You like that?
I don't want to bring up that subject at all. My point is, what happens if your personal catcher, your favorite, gets traded, or you get traded? Do you have to take him along with you?
Maybe you want to make it a package deal.
Call your agent and say, I've got to have this one here. I'm not going to go to that other team.
I don't know. It's a big problem. 1-0 Phillies, bottom of the 6th. Pirates threatening. Navarro at second base. Tomlin at first. And Presley takes low. Alex Presley out of the University of Mississippi. Ole Miss Rebel. Facing a Razorback from Arkansas. A couple guys played baseball in the SEC.
Well, if you can catch a gap now, Shane Victorino quite shallow when you think that Presley has some decent pop. Find a gap and everybody can run for quite some time.
One and two. Cliff Lee, very, very tough to hit. He'll throw you cutter after cutter after cutter. Cutter, not as much velocity as a fastball, but a little movement to it.
The old original slider.
And a ground ball towards second. Galvis goes to Rollins for one. Presley beats it out. So 2 men out now for the Pirates. Navarro, the runner, at third base. And Presley over at first. Tying run 90 feet away now, with Andrew McCutchen coming to the plate. Ruiz and Lee having a conversation about the next Pirate hitter. Kyle Kendrick has been heating up in the bullpen for Philadelphia.
Well, if you're going to be in this kind of situation, runners on first and third, kind of getting deep into a ball game, you're down 1 run, who else would you like to have up there other than Andrew McCutchen?
And McCutchen looking for his first hit of 2012. Pirates in need of some 2-out action here, trailing 1-0.
You got good speed at first base. Just thinking ahead a little bit, you get a double, you can take yourself from 1 run down to 1 run ahead. 2 outs. Alex Presley would be going on contact. And the folks here at PNC Park starting to rev it up.
This one gets away. takes a bounce back to Ruiz. The throw hits Navarro. Ball game tied, and over to third base is Presley.
Well, who would have expected that turn of events? That ball had some springboard on it.
Came off the stone backstop.
Yeah, that was going to be an out if Lee can corral that ball from Ruiz. Ruiz got the perfect bounce.
Well, the first Pirate run of the season comes on a wild pitch.
And that's all on Cliff Lee. That ball was there for him.
This sold-out crowd at PNC Park has been awakened. Andrew McCutchen a chance to give the Bucks the lead.
If we get a chance, I want to see that again because it looked like Ruiz gave him a pretty good feed. There's the throw. Lee, I think, just lost his concentration. He might have heard the footsteps.
2 balls and a strike now to McCutchen.
And that particular play, and we've known it for 1,000 years, that's a test of a pitcher's resolve because you got a guy coming down the fast lane with your back to him, and you are very vulnerable. You're if you're thinking about that runner coming in, that's the kind of thing that can happen.
McCutchen drills this one foul, way out of play.
Frustrating situation for Cliff Lee in that he walked Navarro. He doesn't walk very many people, and that's the runner that comes around. So his walk, and well, I'm sure Cliff Lee will say, hey, I should have got that ball from Ruiz.
Well, this will be the 99th pitch for Cliff Lee tonight. It's a 2-2 offering coming to Andrew McCutchen. He struck him out, and Kutch 0 for 3 leaves the go-ahead run at third base. But the Bucks get one and tie it up. At Bat 12 app for your iPhone, iPad, Android, and Windows Mobile. Get live audio, pitch tracking, video highlights, and more. Text at Bat to 31826 or visit Pirates.com for details. Pirates have tied it up as we head to the 7th inning. Left-hander Tony Watson comes on for Jeff Karstens.
His work last year, 43 games, a couple of wins, and the ERA under 4. Pirates are on the board. It wasn't easy. Wild pitch got it done, but they're even here as we go into the 7th inning. As we said, Karstens, well, Jeff's off the hook. That's the least that you want to do for him.
6 innings, 1 run given up. That was in the top of the first inning. Shut him out the next 5 frames. 5 hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts. Jeff Carson, good work.
John Mayberry Jr. will be the first to face Tony Watson. Watson debuted in the big leagues last year with the Bucks. Pittsburgh's 9th round selection in 2007 to the University of Nebraska. Lives in Omaha, 6'4" and 210. Mayberry 0 for 2. Had a double on opening day and put the eventual winning run at third. Wigginton was in front of him. Pops this one up to Barnes. Watson retires the first man he sees. You can watch some of Western Pennsylvania's best high school hockey clubs face off in the PIHL Penguins Cup Championships. Catch all 3 games from last month's series at Consol Energy Center Monday starting at 6:30 right here on Root Sports. A little more frozen pond.
All the Philadelphia fans, sounds like they're booing this man up at the plate, but they're saying Ruiz.
You do have to clarify that, though, because they've been known to boo Santa
everybody.
Claus.
Philly fans are tough. Tough on the Phillies, as much as anybody.
One ball, no strikes to Ruiz. That pops it up. Barajas will give it a look, but it's over the dugout. Well, they've been filling up the stadium at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. The Phillies are the toast of Philadelphia, have been for the last several years. They've won 5 straight division championships.
I think they've nudged the Eagles off the front page a couple times.
And the Flyers and the Sixers are not quite forgotten, but they're back page material now. 1-1. 2-1 now to Ruiz. Two balls, 1 strike to the catcher Ruiz. 4 hits already on the young season. And this one will be playable. Barmes calling for it. Quickly 2 down as Watson has induced 2 pop-ups. Go back to 2008. They're pretty excited. Eric Hinsky strikes out. Brad Lidge was lights out. And Jimmy Rollins and Ryan Howard celebrating, along with Shane Victorino, winning their 2nd World Series title. Beating the Tampa Bay Rays. World Series titles far and few between for the Phillies. Back to 1980. Bob Walk winning game 1 on the mound for the Phils.
Robert Vernon Walk in the World Series W. Nothing like it.
And the reason Bob pitched game 1 was because they went to a game 7 in the league championship series, which pushed him back. Pushed him up or back, depending on your perspective. But Bob went in there as a rookie, 1980.
Nice way to break in.
Yeah, he's still highly thought of in Philadelphia for his time with that first World Championship team.
But we got him here where we want him.
2-0 to the second baseman, Galvis. 2 men out, nobody on. Top half of the 7th inning. Ty Wigginton has grabbed a helmet in the bat.
Former Bucko.
And the pitch coming from Watson. 3-0's got him for a strike, 3-1. Tony, one of those guys, didn't know till pretty much the last day whether or not he'd made the ball club. As it came down to the very last day before the final 25 were selected. Johnson fills up the count.
Some anxious moments. Hey, well, got a second here. Want to say hello to a great Pirate fan, my personal fan of the game, Debbie Scrove. She used to work with her brother up in the Dormont area. Had a great spot where we used to stop and have some post-game production meetings. Debbie Scrove, great Pirate fan. Got a nice note. She was here at the opener Thursday.
Payoff pitch, and Galvis in the air to center field. Drifting back McCutchen. And Watson comes all the way back from a 3-0 count to retire Galvis and get the Phillies 1-2-3. Stretch time at PNC Park. Middle of the 7th. 1-1 the score.
For the 7th inning stretch.
Of the 7th inning.
We talked earlier about Jeff Carson's good work, and we talked about maybe the importance of just having it be a 1-run top of the first for the Phillies when they got off to a good start. But he kept it to 1 run, minimized the damage, and that becomes a factor. That's all they have so far. Good work for Jeff Carson to not let this game get out of hand early. Good stuff.
With the Burger King box score, 1 for 3 at the top of the order. Tabata and Presley. Walker has reached via a walk. That's been it. So the Bucs bats hoping to wake up here late in the ball game, take a lead as Casey McGee will lead off. Cool night here in Pittsburgh. It's 58 at game time. Temperatures dropped a bit, but really no wind to speak of. Wind has not been a factor tonight.
Right-hander Kyle Kendrick, 5 and 4 last year. Work out of the bullpen and out of the starting rotation. A little bit of both for the Phils as he replaces Cliff Lee. 6 innings for Lee, 1 run, 2 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts. That 1 free pass hurt him. Came around to score.
And McGee, line shot right at Rollins. Follow us on Twitter at Root Sports Twit, for Root Sports Pit rather. You can tweet for team news, special giveaways, and behind the scenes looks at your favorite teams. Join the conversation on Twitter today and tell us how you root. That's at Root Sports Pit. Tweet. Steve said.
Well, I got all kind of ways of social, what is it? Social communication.
Social media.
Social media.
Yeah.
That's it.
Do you still pick up the phone in your house and ask for?
Yeah, I like to talk to people. You know, it's an old kind of an old habit. Hear somebody's voice. It's something kind of archaic, but it seems to still work.
Old school. Kyle Kendrick delivering 2-0 to Matt Hague. And that was 2-1.
All right, Matt, time for that first base hit. And you've already tried the shortstop twice, so try somebody else.
Kendrick's 2-1. 2-2 now to Matt.
I'm not so sure Matt has seen a lot of breaking balls of that quality coming up through the Pirate organization. It was a pretty good one delivered by Kyle Kendrick.
Hangs in there 2-2. One out, nobody on for the Pirates. A 1-1 game. Bucks got their run when Jamaica Navarro walked. Pinch hitting in the 9 spot. Tabata got a base hit. Now it's Presley fielder's choice. And Navarro at third base. And then Cliff Lee threw a wild pitch, allowing Navarro to score. Full count to Hague. 27-year-old Kyle Kendrick facing Matt Hague. Hague out of Oklahoma State. Hague wants time. And a big week for Matt. I think winter ball really helped him. He played in the Dominican. He just never had any shutdown time in the offseason. Just kept on playing. And it's really helped his game. And Matt Hague lines one to Galvis.
Got good wood on that ball, but you were talking about positioning earlier. Sure does help the range.
So Hague still waiting for that first big league knock. And the guy at the plate took him a little while too. Remember September 1st, 2009. Neil Walker made his debut in Cincinnati and was absolutely robbed by Brandon Phillips on a ball that he shot toward right field. That would have been his first big league hit, but wouldn't get it that day, but it would eventually come. And now he's got a lot of big league hits. Neil looking for a big league hit. His first this year. Doesn't have one yet. Takes inside 1-1.
Kendrick served up 14 home runs last year. Part of his 15 starts. 19 times out of the bullpen. Split duty.
Up and away, 2-1. One of the non-baseball highlights of spring training for Neil and his brother, catching a 150-pound tarpon under the Skyway Bridge in Tampa Bay.
Then what do you do? Throw him back?
Hold on tight. Oh, leap and a grab by Nix. Pirates gone in order in the 7th. We're on to the 8th at PNC Park, even at a run apiece. PNC Park. McCutchen, subject of our Coors Light cold hard blast as we turn the clock back to the 2009 season, and McCutchen with the ball game on the line. A walk-off winner for Kutch in his rookie season, and how about that memorable leap to home plate. Today's cold hard blast brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Looking forward to seeing some more of those. Jason Grilli is now on the mound. Some changes for the Pirates as McGee moves from third over to first base. And over at third base, Josh Harrison makes his 2012 debut.
Jason Grilli, 28 trips out of the Pirate bullpen last year after coming over from the Phillies organization. Will come on to work here in the eighth inning, as Tony Watson put up a 0 in the 7th, and Pirates will have to be alert. Looks like Juan Pierre is going to bat for the Phillies. He's got all kind of possibilities. Premier bunter, be aware of that.
So Grilli enters in the 5th spot as part of the double switch. Hague is out, and Harrison will be inserted into the 9th spot in the Pirates batting order. And Harrison may be challenged right away, as you mentioned, Steve. Pierre, a premier bunter. Harrison playing way in on the grass at third base. Jason Grilli going to be the 8th inning guy, at least to this point in the season.
Pierre's not above trying to drag the ball past the pitcher too, to try to force McGee to make a play and beat him to first base. But priority number 1, strikes, make him earn his way on. You got a 1-1 ball game in the 8th inning. That's the deal.
.311 career as a pinch hitter. Two balls and no strikes to Juan Pierre.
Did we mention he'll steal a base as well as try to bunt his way on? You don't want to give him first base.
Chad Qualls loosening for the Phillies. Inside 3-0, so Grilli has yet to find the mark on Juan Pierre. Pierre was a non-roster invite to Phillies camp.
I don't think Juan Samuel has to even put up a signal to take the next pitch.
There for a call strike.
Juan Samuel been around major league scene for a lot of years, lots and lots of years.
.3-1 coming. And that's strike 2 call. Pierre led the American League in bunt base hits with 19 and infield base hits with 46. Playing last year with the White Sox.
Let's see if Jason can come all the way back from the 3-0 count.
Fouled off. Pierre started with the Colorado Rockies. Spent time with the Florida Marlins, the Cubs, as well as the Dodgers. And most recently in 2010 and 2011 with the White Sox. Full count to Juan Pierre. Jason Grilli set. Fight this one off. Foul.
That's the frustrating part. You get behind 3-0, you start throwing strikes, you get it back to 3-2, and they start fouling the ball off. And that's part of the deal. You just got to keep throwing strikes.
(1-1) top of the 8th. Nobody on, nobody out for the Phillies.
Thank you. He just fouled off ball 4.
They're really catching a break.
Thank you very much. UPMC Sports Medicine. Strike zone grid.
Pierre awaits the payoff. Got it.
What a comeback. What a comeback. Large. Got a circle around that out. You don't want this kind of speed on the base pass, and Jason just smokes him. High fastball. Doesn't catch up. First out in the 8th inning.
The one gone now for Shane Victorino. Victorino's had a decent night at the plate. He has scored the lone Phillies run. He is 2 for 3.
Little Linda Ronstadt. Blue Bayou. Gone. By you.
And Victorino.
Ask him.
Ask him.
Why not appeal?
Well, the worst they can say is no, which they say most of the time. Side of the Bucks are back in 2012. Forget tomorrow afternoon as well. Series finale. 1:35. James McDonald against Vance Worley. J-Mac studying the Phillies hitters tonight. Two and one now to Victorino.
There's some more speed you want to keep off the base paths.
Shane Victorino can make things happen. Jason Grilli trying to make sure it doesn't happen.
Good fastball. Good fastball. 92 miles an hour. A little snap on it.
Victorino had a career high 16 triples a year ago. Top fielding center fielder. Did not make an error in 296 total chances last year. A roller up the right side, foul.
A little soft serve after that good fastball.
Again, Grilli's got a hitter in a 2-strike count. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Victorino. Pirates got their lone run in the bottom of the 6th when Jamaica Navarro scored on a wild pitch from Cliff Lee. Victorino scored in the top of the 1st inning after 3 hits off Jeff Karstens. Bouncer down the first baseline. Fair ball. McGee nicely done. Feeds Grilli for out number 2.
Yep. Protecting the line late in the ball game, tie ball game. That's where you want your first baseman. You see him up at the top of your screen. He's positioned over there. That ball is sharply hit. If he's not over that way, who knows? That ball might be down the right field corner.
And McGee hasn't played a ton of first base. He's played enough where he feels fairly comfortable there, but it's definitely a different look for him as an infielder from that corner as opposed to the corner he's used to, third base.
And a real different look early in the ball game when he's playing right field.
In a shift. You're right. Now Polanco, the third baseman.
Almost like putting a man in motion in a football game.
Really gets ahead 0-1.
Just before the snap, we want you moving out to right field.
To Polanco, and he fouls this one down the right side. Big crowd here again tonight. Big crowd here opening day. Largest crowd ever to see a baseball game on Thursday. 39,585 tonight. 38,885. Bucko Nation showed up.
Box it. Great to see the folks out here. They responded in great fashion last year. Just say it again. Thanks for caring enough about your Buccos to come out.
Saw it again tonight, Steve. The rotunda filled. It's the first time in team history the Pirates have sold out back-to-back games to start their home portion of the season. 1-2 fought off foul. He was just explaining to the Philly fan how it is.
Talking about that Bucco gear we're seeing all over the place. It's always been around, but the numbers dramatically increased last year.
Grilli delivers 1-2. And Polanco to first base. It's through the legs of McGee. Right at him, but misplayed. And the Phillies have a base runner with 2 outs.
Ouch. Like it had some English on it, but nonetheless, you got to smother that ball. And let's hope that Jason Grilli can pick him up against a tough bat in the hands of Jimmy Rollins.
First error of the game. One of these games, just like Thursday's opener, with the first team to blink, it might cost them. But 2 outs.
Polanco doesn't run very much.
And Rollins right to Barmes. He'll go on to first and take care of Jimmy Rollins. So that takes care of that. Nice job by Jason Grilli. Pirates come to the plate in the bottom of the 8th. Game tied at 1. Again this year, all fans receive a Pirates t-shirt at every Friday home game in the 2012 season. Don't miss the first free shirt Friday of the year, April 20th, as the Pirates take on the Cardinals at 7:05, courtesy of Allegheny Sports Medicine. For tickets, visit pirates.com/free shirt Friday. Take a look now at the Nissan road ahead. Tomorrow, Easter Sunday, wrap up the series with the Phillies. Monday is a travel day. Pretty tough road trip. Opening day in Los Angeles, celebrating the 50th anniversary of Dodger Stadium on Tuesday. Opening day against the Giants on Friday the 13th. And then on to Arizona for 3 dates with the Diamondbacks before returning home for that series with the Cardinals. And the homestand concluding with a 3-game series against one of Grilli's former teams, the Colorado Rockies. New pitcher on, Chad Qualls.
Yep, last year with San Diego. 77 appearances. Busy year for Chad Qualls. Remember him appearing in the World Series for the Houston Astros in 2005. Scoreless inning for Kyle Kendrick. 3 up, 3 down. We're still at 1 apiece.
Barajas 0 for 2. 1-0 pitch. Popped him up. Ruiz makes the catch, and there's one gone. Clint Barmes coming to the plate. Take a look at our doing more on defense. Brought to you by Home Depot. 6, 4, 3 as he took care of the slow roller. Not an easy double play, but he and Walker made it look easy. And the Pirates doing the twin kill. So doing more on defense from Home Depot.
Yeah, you're tempted to rush on that play. That's the trap. Keep it together. Don't do what you can as fast as you can. Just don't get ahead of yourself. We need a gap shot. We need to bust something open here a little bit. See, Hanrahan warming up. Big breaking ball by Chad Qualls. Saw him do a lot of good work for the Houston Astros in a long man role.
Well, good recipe here for the Pirates to get one and for the hammer to come close the door on the Phillies in the ninth.
Yeah.
Those bats need to try to solve these Phillies pitchers, and that's been a difficult task early in the season.
Yeah. Qualls continues that after the breaking ball way outside. Come back in on the hands of the fastball. Want to stay in there.
2 fights that one off, rolls it to third. 2 gone.
That's what happened too. That's just simply good pitching. You get a breaking ball out of the way, you come in on the hands of the fastball. Batters have a tendency to think, all right, he's going to go back outside now. You can stay inside with the fastball, get in on the hands, and that's what he did times 10, breaking the bat off in the hands of Clint Varmus, or so it appears, for the slow roll to third. Tricks for pitchers is not to be predictable, not do the same sequence every time.
Harrison lifts this one down the left field line, and that's going to roll to the corner. Harrison heading for second base, and Josh Harrison, on the first pitch he sees, knocks it into the left field corner off Chad Qualls. The Pirates have a go-ahead run in scoring position.
So we're talking about something sudden. You've got an exciting player there, Josh Harrison. He gets it down in the corner. Easy 2 bases. Plus, now you got that speed at second base, where a base hit's going to give you a lead run, and maybe try to write that script you're talking about with a 1-run lead in Joel Hanrahan.
Well, the 2-base hit was what Harrison led the club in spring training. He had 7 of them. He was one of the Grapefruit League leaders in that category, and had a very good spring. Hit .341.
Love that speed. You love that speed. Now, they'll come in a step or 2 in the outfield for Tabata, just because they've got to be in position to try to make a throw on a base hit that's right at them. Nobody watching Josh Harrison. I mean, he can get as much room on his lead as he wants.
Tabata takes inside for a ball. Runners threatening with 2 outs here.
93-mile-an-hour fastball, but if we can keep it right there, you've got the shortstop and the second baseman having to protect a ground ball that might get through the outfield, and that gives Josh plenty of room to lead.
On the right field side and out of play. 1 ball, 1 strike to Jose. Tabata 1 for 3, had a base hit in the 6th. Last year, a great start to the season. He hit safely in each of his first 10 games last season and scored 11 runs. That's how we kicked things off a year ago. Hoping to pick up at the beginning of this season the same way.
Watch out. Bullet over the Philadelphia dugout.
Ball and 2 strikes now to Jose. Clint Hurdle wants a run. No question.
And 38,000 of his closest friends want one also.
They also want a run. Josh Harrison wants a run.
They're trying to keep Harrison somewhat honest, but then they back off and give him a lot of room at second base.
Tabata takes up and in.
And we talked about Qualls with that big breaking ball. He also has got a 93, 94-mile-an-hour fastball, so not just one-dimensional for him.
Walls gets a sign from Ruiz, and Tabata ready for the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. To right, and Hunter Pence is there, and the Pirates strand a would-be runner at second base. We go to the 9th, even at 1.
Sports is brought to you by Chevy Cruze, which offers EPA estimated 42 mpg highway. By Day Automotive, we're going to make your day. By Jeep, visit Jeep.com to learn more. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deal on Tempur-Pedic mattresses, shop Levin's. Let's go Bucks.
After the game, don't touch that remote. You'll miss the Pirates post-game show. See what Clint Hurdle had to say about the game and more. It's all coming up next right here on Root Sports. Beautiful night in Pittsburgh. Fireworks coming up at the conclusion of this one. Pirates hoping for some fireworks at the plate. A 1-1 ball game. It's been a tight one throughout. And the hammer comes on, making his first appearance of 2012.
Not in a save situation, but he could pick himself up a quick win. 40 out of 44. Operative numbers right there.
Last year, a National League All-Star. He was perfect in save opportunities, converting save opportunities up until the All-Star break. The first one that he missed was right afterward in Houston, but first half of the season he was perfect. Hunter Pence to face Hanrahan. A 94-mile-an-hour heater, not his best one, goes for ball one. He'll get that radar gun up around 97, 98, 99, even in the triple digits. Two balls and no strikes. The adrenaline's got to be going for him making his first appearance. I think even though they're performing all spring, now you're in front of a sold-out house. You're at
all
home.
Different. All different. Now both Watson and Grilly started out with 3-0 counts, and they were able to come back.
It'll be the same job now for Hanrahan.
It was huge for Grilly when he had Juan Pierre up there with all that speed, but he was able to grind him out and strike him out.
3-0 is in there.
Here we go again, hopefully.
Hunter Pence and the RBI single in the first to give the Phillies their lone run. Now Hanrahan has come back to fill up the count. And Pence is thinking it's either fastball or sliders. It's one or the other.
You know, these are exciting things for any player, whether you've been around 10 years or like a Matt Hague. Your first time out in the season, when it counts, you're feeling it.
You got the fastball at 96. Payoff pitch from Hanrahan to Pence. We'll get another.
Pence is doing just what Pierre did when Jason Grilly came all the way back from a 3-0 count. You get to 3-2 and then fouled off 2 or 3.
Or do you stay with the heater here? That's the question.
Yeah. Pick your poison. The answer is yes.
He went with it again, and again it was fouled away.
That's your strength. What's your number one pitch?
That's it.
It's
number
fastball.
one. Yeah.
And hitters will tell you, yeah, we might catch up with a fastball, and we can catch up with just about any fastball on occasion. But you don't have much time when it's coming in there 96 miles an hour. So I don't want to guess, but I wouldn't be surprised for Joel to stay with the Heat.
Pence to right field and deep. And this ball is foul.
97 miles an hour. Still not catching up to it, but dangerously close to being in that right field corner. And what do they say? The more 95-mile-an-hour fastballs you see, the closer you come to catching up to them. Yeah, to a degree, but it's still not easy to catch up to them.
Searage hoping for a strikeout here. So is Hanrahan facing Hunter Pence. Nobody on, nobody out. Top of the ninth of a 1-1 ball game. He tried the slider that time and missed.
See, you're darned if you do, darned if you don't. If you throw the slider for ball 4, why didn't you stay with your fastball? If you throw the fastball and get hurt with it, too many fastballs. So those judgments come after the fact. You tried the slider, it didn't work. Got to deal with it.
I'll bring up the first baseman, Lance Nix. Nix 0 for 2.
Do they try to move him here? Josh Harrison even with a bag at third.
They do try to move it. It's fouled away for a strike. Nix has faced Hanrahan twice in his career. He's 1 for 2 off of him.
I don't know all that much about Lance Nix. We saw him a little bit with the Reds. He doesn't look like the prototype bunter. I don't believe he's done a lot of bunting in his career.
Probably fancies himself more as a power hitter.
Oh, yeah. Very modest lead at first base.
Nix will try to bunt again. Pops it up. Barajas makes the catch. 1 gone for the Phillies in the 9th.
Thank you very much. Up in the air, plenty of time for Rod to get the beat on it. Jim Thome.
Yeah, the job gets a little tougher for Hanrahan here. Jim Thome is going to pinch hit. What a weapon to have coming off your bench if you're Charlie Manuel.
Oh, here comes Harrison going out. Now he's not going out to right field yet, but they're going to put the big shift on. Third baseman comes over to play second. Shortstop stays where he is. And there's your configuration. Now, Jim Thome, he doesn't hit all that many ground balls. He hits a lot of balls over the fence, over 500 career-wise. But if he hits it on the ground, you got an easy double play because obviously he doesn't run all that well.
604 career home runs. He's 8th on the all-time list.
Well over 500.
And the runner goes, throw down, and Pence got a terrific jump. And now the Phillies with the go-ahead run in scoring position as Pence swipes second.
Big jump. No chance for Barajas.
So Hanrahan with Pence at second base, facing 5-time All-Star Jim Thome, coming off the Phillies bench. Signed by the Phils as a free agent this past November. 1-1 to Thome.
Well, obviously thinking strikeout here. You're trying to blow him away. Jim Thome has hit a bunch of home runs and he's struck out a bunch of times.
The active leaders, Thome behind A-Rod. Triple Jones, Albert Pujols, and Jason Giambi. 1 out, Pence at second.
And Jim Thome's been around. He's looking for the fastball. He's just going to try to catch up with the heat.
Swing and a miss.
But doesn't get the heat there. Gets the slider. And Joel Hanrahan is in a good place.
This is the first time that Jim Thome has faced Joel Hanrahan.
And he's got him in a tough spot now because you know he's got the 96-mile-an-hour fastball, but you know he just threw him a great slider. So Jim Thome's got that scenario in his head.
Stretched by Hanrahan and the 1-2. Struck him out.
Another slider, lock job. There is an example of how a power pitcher can go away from his #1 pitch, get people looking for it, and then the slider just can't pull the trigger. He's so geared for the heat. Good work by Joel Hanrahan as he got in that good place and made it pay off.
Carlos Ruiz 1 for 3 tonight, a single in the 4th.
So far, the thorn in the Pirates' side, Mr. Ruiz.
Drove in the game winner on Thursday, opening day. Out there with Pence at second in a 1-1 game, 2 outs, top of the ninth. Ruiz takes low for a ball.
Using that slider again.
For 7 with a home run in his career against Hanrahan. And he's ahead in the count 2-0 against Joel.
And Ruiz has not seen that Hanrahan fastball yet. Now you've got the rookie in the on-deck circle currently.
Galvis with first base open and 2 outs. Pirates had an opportunity in a situation not exactly like this, but similar. And elected to pitch to Ruiz with Wigginton at third and Mayberry at second on opening day in the 7th inning.
Going to finish him off. Barajas does not extend the right hand.
Three 3-0 to Ruiz. And he pitched around it. 4-pitch walk. Second walk of the inning issued by Hanrahan. So Pence at second, Ruiz at first, and Freddie Galvis, who has popped up 3 times, once to right, once to left, once to center, coming to the plate. There's a right-handed bat. I beg your pardon, another left-handed bat who plays the infield on the bench. That's Pete Orr. But Charlie Manuel going to stick with the rookie Galvis in just his second major league game. Wigginton has a bat on deck again. He's the only right-handed bat on the bench left.
And we want some activity in the Pirate bullpen. And they're going to buy some time as Ray Surge will come out after Clint Hurdle was on the phone.
Evan Meek will start to heat up. Activity for the Phillies. They've had double barrel action. Both of those pitchers look ready. Michael Stutz is one right-hander, and Jonathan Papelbon standing in the foreground. Papelbon picked up his first National League save on Thursday. So the wheels are turning late in the ball game. Jim Thome struck out looking. But Thome certainly is going to have his share of days still at age 41. So here's Galvis. Switch hitter who bats left-handed against the right-hander, Joel Hanrahan. First and second for Philadelphia, 2-man out. Strike call.
He has gotten the ball in the air his first 3 at-bats all around the outfield. Fly ball to right, left, and center.
You got to figure, Steve, that slider out of the hand of Hanrahan's got to be tough on Galvis, being a left-handed hitter, as it will dart down and in on him. With the heater that time, fouled it off, and Hanrahan in front, 0-2. Joel Hanrahan trying to pitch himself out of trouble.
Yeah, Presley not particularly deep in left field. This is not known to be a power guy. Give yourself a chance. He gets a hit.
0-2. Got him! Struck him out! Joel Hanrahan puts the hammer down on Galvis as we head to the bottom of the ninth of a 1-1 game. Presley, McCutcheon, and McGee coming up as the hammer gets the swinging strikeout. The scenes, look at them off the field. It's the inside pitch on your favorite players. Inside Pirates baseball weekends, 1 hour before the first pitch, starting next Saturday here on Root Sports. Steve Blass, Lacey Collins, I'm Tim Everett. 1-1. We go to the bottom of the ninth inning. The new pitcher is Michael Stutz for the Phillies. They've also made a change as Lance Nix has moved from first base out to left field, and Ty Wigginton takes over at first base.
Michael Stutz did a great job at AAA Lehigh Valley last year. They bought him up. He did a good job for the Phillies. 57 appearances. He won 6 games for the Phillies with an ERA just over 3.5 in his rookie work with Philadelphia last year.
Number 2 hitter in the order tonight, Alex Presley, who is 1 for 3. Takes a strike.
Chad Qualls, a scoreless inning, giving up the double to Harrison, but the line drive hit by Jose Tabata right at Pence. We could not get the run in, or we'd be out of here, conceivably. Work to be done.
1-1 as that one's low to Presley.
Stutz gave up 7 home runs. Controlled, pretty good numbers for a rookie, for anybody.
And Presley drills it to center. Backpedaling, Victorino. 1 out in the Pirate ninth.
Okay, Andrew, you did it to the Phillies. What? You were showing highlight of that home run back in the day. Do it again.
Moon rising behind the buildings in downtown Pittsburgh. Looks like a half moon, but it is full, trust me.
Oh, yeah. You can see it over the Clemente Bridge from this angle.
0 for 3 tonight for Kutch. On and 0. Caught the inside edge. Count even, a ball and a strike to McCutchen. Get into a double play in the first, popped out foul in the fourth, and then struck out swinging in the sixth.
The Philadelphia outfield back, trying to cut off any possible double. Tough to do with the way Andrew runs if he finds any kind of gap.
He'll look down at first, and he'll get rung up by Tony Randazzo. 1-2 now as McCutchen's down to his last strike. McCutchen looking to run into one. Up the middle, a base hit. And the Pirates have the winning run aboard in the bottom of the ninth.
And the burning question, will he stay at first base? The Phillies will be very conscious of that question. Nice job. The slider that was outside the strike zone reaches out, hits it back through the middle, puts the Pirates in play here in the ninth inning, and they will keep a very close look on Andrew McCutchen.
Andrew's first hit of the young season. He'll get his lead at first, held on by Wigginton. Casey McGee at the plate.
I think everybody in this yard is going to be surprised if he doesn't go.
Pirates would like to find a way to get the winning run in scoring position for McGee. Nate McLouth is swinging a bat on deck now. There goes McCutchen, had a good jump throw down, and McCutchen is safe. Stolen base number 1 for Andrew McCutchen. Stole that one off Michael Stutz.
Yeah, he was underway before the ball was released. Everybody knew it was going to happen, but you got a young pitcher out there. Not the easiest ball for Ruiz to handle. A little bit on the shortstop side. You got to go down and get that ball. That's not the smoothest way for a pitcher or a catcher to get his release to second base. once again, the middle infielders for the Phillies are not going to be able to really keep that close an eye on Andrew, because they've got to protect their respective positions for a ground ball that might trickle through, and if it does, that's the ball game. So they got to give him probably a little more room than they want to protect their terrain.
McGee to right field. 2 outs.
Well, now the lead won't matter because a base hit, he'll be off to the races with 2 outs.
It'll be up to McLeod. Second.
Number 2, McLeod.
There's a Pirate. Charlie Mandel's going to come out. There's a left-hander ready to go in the pen. He's going to make a change. Stutes will not face McLeod. We will take a timeout along with him. 1-1, 2 outs, bottom of the ninth at PNC Park. Pinch hitter, and he will face left-hander Antonio Bastardo.
Did a good job for the Phillies last year. His first full year in the big leagues, 64 appearances, 6-1 with a 2.64 ERA and over a strikeout per inning for this native of the Dominican Republic, Antonio Bastardo.
Bastardo against McLeod, left on left matchup. Pirates trying to win this one in 9. Great speed at second base. Andrew McCutchen out there. 1 out single for Kutch. McGee flying to right, and now McLeod trying to bring it home tonight for this sold-out crowd. Ball 1. Bastardo. It's a sign from Ruiz. McCutchen off of second base. Two and oh.
Switch hitter Neil Walker in the on deck circle.
Nate, so happy to be back with the Pirates organization. 3-0. he loses McLeod here, it's not a big deal for the Phillies. The run that means something is at second base. Right there, Andrew McCutchen. Stardo's 3-0. And he walks Nate McLeod on 4 pitches. And we'll bring up Neil Walker, who will bat right-handed against Bastardo.
He could really say happy birthday to his mom right now. Tom?
Dad, Tom, a little nervous right now. Game on the line. Neil trying to win it. And he would do it with his first hit of the season. And he fouls this one back.
91 miles an hour from a 5'11" left-hander.
Antonio Bastardo against Neil Walker. First and second, 2 down. And the pitch. And Walker pops it up. And Galvis makes the catch. And we've got bonus baseball for you coming tonight as we're heading to the 10th inning. Pirates leave the winning run in scoring position in the bottom of the 9th. Neil Walker disappointed in that one. Mom knows there'll be other at-bats. Beef jerky all season long. Jack Link's Jerky. Feed your wild side. Game number 2 of the season. Strange things happen on a full moon. 1-1. It's the score as we go to the top half of the 10th inning. And a new pitcher, Juan Cruz.
Made his Pirates debut opening day. Scoreless inning with a couple of strikeouts.
Opening series here has been terrific so far. 1-0 pitchers duel on opening day, won by the Phillies. 1-1 here, going to extras. Some tightly contested games right out of the chute with the 5-time reigning National League Eastern Division champs. So Wigginton will lead off against Cruz. 42 last year, 15 homers.
Keep him off the base pass. He scored the winning run last night, or Thursday in the opener.
Don't want him to do it again.
No.
First pitch misses high. Speaking of extra innings, how about that Toronto-Cleveland opening series? They went A major league record 16 innings yesterday on their opening day. And then today went 12 more before Toronto won it again. They're 2-0 on the road against the Tribe. 1-1 to Wigginton.
If you want to think along the lines of this thing being extended further and further into this Saturday night, Juan Cruz back in the day did some starting, so conceivably he could give Clint Hurdle more than one inning if needed.
He'd like to use him as a long man if necessary. But yeah, you're right. He's thrown a lot of innings. Made the club as a non-roster invite. You see Joe Blanton for Philadelphia. Guy who also has done his share of starting. Up in the air to left field, and Presley will put it away for the first out of the Philadelphia 10th.
Pretty deep pitching staff for the Philadelphia Phillies.
Yeah, you think?
Yep.
Well, Jonathan Papelbon will join Blanton in the bullpen. Shane Victorino back up. 5th time to the plate for him tonight. He's 2 for 4. He has scored the lone Philadelphia run. Right on the corner, knee high for a strike. Josh Harrison at third, not taking any chances with the switch hitter as he's playing inside the third, closer to the infield cut.
Overtime work for home plate umpire Larry Vanover and his crew of Tony Randazzo.
Popped him up. Clint Barmas. 2 gone for the Phils.
Todd Titchener and Brian Gorman, the crew chief, also working as the men in blue, the 4-man crew tonight. It's good work for Juan Cruz so far.
Facing Placido Polanco. Jackets are needed tonight at the ballpark. He's been a little on the cool side. Of course, that comes from having spent a month in sunny and 85-degree temperatures. In your case, 3 months. Sunny and 85. Cruz ahead of Polanco. Side 1-1.
Everybody hanging around for baseball and bombs bursting in air.
This one finishes. It's going to go boom boom in the night sky. Perfect night for it. Clear skies, full moon. Downtown lit up. Stadium will get lit up. The Pirates can walk off with this win. 2-1 now to Polanco. How about that?
Never gets old. Still looks like the background of a movie set.
Two and one to Polanco, the third baseman. As Cruz gets his sign from Barajas ready to go in the pitch. And that's over the head of Walker into right field. On a base hit with 2 outs for Polanco.
Just a flare, but the flare had enough air underneath it to get on the grass in right field. Down and away. Not too much different than the base hit that McCutchen got on a pitch out of the strike zone.
Jimmy Rollins 0 for 3 tonight. A very dangerous customer.
You do not have great speed at first base.
Rollins takes strike 1. Rollins just 12 doubles shy of 400 in his career. One of the top fielding percentages at shortstop last year in the National League. Polanco back in plenty of time. You know, over the last 12 seasons, he's played the most regular season games at short among all National League players. Second most in baseball, behind only Derek Jeter. Base hit for Rollins. And Polanco stops at second base. And now the go-ahead run in scoring position. Back-to-back two-out singles for Philadelphia.
Out of the reach of Clint Barnes. They had him played right, just not high enough. So close. Thanks for that look from the AGH cam.
2 on, 2 out in the 10th. Hunter Pence, the hitter. Pence has driven in the lone Philadelphia run. He's walked once. 2 for 3. 1 for 3, beg your pardon. Now Polanco at second. Rollins not being held on at first. The pitch. Strike one.
Hunter Pence didn't want 1 run there. He wanted 3. The big swing.
Always been tough with runners in scoring position. Last year, 56 out of 165. Good for a .339 average. Tied for the team lead in hits in spring training with 23. Nothing in one. Long look in by Cruz. Tried the corner and missed it. 1-1.
Not going to see too much finesse from Juan Cruz. Similar to a style that you saw from Joel Hanrahan. Fastball slider primarily. Once in a while he'll pull the string.
Last year, Cruz was a regular out of the bullpen for the Tampa Bay Rays.
And undefeated. 5-0.
1-2 now to Pence.
Sometimes you hook onto a good luck charm like that. You keep racking up wins.
Cruz said that he went to the playoffs last year. It was fun, and he signed with Pittsburgh for an opportunity to get back to the playoffs. That was his line of thinking. So it's good to have that kind of thinking in the clubhouse. 1-2 to Pence. Got him. Strike 3. Juan Cruz gets it done. 1-1 as we go to the bottom of the 10th. Faced with trouble after giving up back-to-back singles with 2 outs. Ends up with a big pitch here on Hunter Pence. Strikes out Pence and gets the Pirates back to the bat rack.
On we go.
Lined up along the rotunda tonight. Buffalo Nation wanting a win.
Phillies will counter with another established Major League right-hander, Joe Blanton. A lot of success with Oakland before becoming a Philadelphia Philly. He was a 16-game winner one year, 14 another year. Last year, arm problems for Joe Blanton. Here he is in the bottom of the 10th, 1-1 ball game.
The Pirates have seen Joe recently. He was the starting pitcher Monday night in the exhibition in Philadelphia. Went 5 innings. And he played at the University of Kentucky, and his Kentucky Wildcats were on television playing a little basketball game Monday night. So he got his 5 innings in and went and watched that.
We could use a base runner if he wants to put Mr. Barajas on the base paths.
2-0 to Rod.
Wouldn't be the greatest speed we have, but we would take it.
3-0. Well, if Barajas gets on here, well, most of the speed from the bench is not there. Only bench players available: Pedro Alvarez and Garrett Jones and Michael McHenry.
That's not speed.
3-1. Navarro has been used. Harrison is in the game. McLeod has been used. And Barajas belts this one to deep center field. Going back, Victorino. It is off the top of the wall.
Oh, my goodness.
And Barajas is in with a double, an inch or two away from ending this ball game.
We'll take it, but what that would have done to this crowd, that close to shutting it down. Rod Barajas giving it a big, big ride.
Well, Rod knew he hit it pretty well, but just how well?
Off the padding, 4 inches, maybe less. AGH can show us how close. 1 inch.
Man.
Maybe an inch and a half.
So close.
Same reaction from the Pirate bullpen.
Well, Barajas has taken a seat, and Michael McHenry is the pinch runner. And Clint Barmas, a chance now. Winning run is in scoring position. Barmas shows bunt. Phillies defensively go into the wheel play, leaving the middle of the field wide open. Second baseman Galvis covers first. Shortstop Rollins goes to third while the corners crash. Nobody out, 1 ball, no strikes. Joe Blanton facing Clint Barmas. And Barmas bunts it to third.
Perfect.
Right where you're supposed to put it. And the winning run now is 90 feet away.
Well done by Clint Barmas. Perfect. Force the third baseman to make the play. See the shortstop not wheeling around. He's staying at second base. All Polanco can do is look at nobody home at third and then make the only play he had available.
McHenry represents the game's winning run. Pinch running for Rod Barajas, who came an inch away from ending the game on his own. So close.
We're 90 feet away now, but that's how close we were to shooting off some fireworks.
Barajas, the former Philly.
Everybody tight in the outfield. Everybody tight in on the infield. Got to put the ball in the air.
Harrison is 1 for 1 with a double. Blanton, the pitch. Harrison up in the air, foul right side. Strike one. Josh Harrison, first on the scene last year, really just impressed the fans with his energy and the spark plug attitude and the way that he played the game. He would make things happen.
And he has to look at Nick Leyva just in case. You never know, but he has to check as he should.
Knocked him down, hit him, and Harrison will go down to first. Chin music.
Charlie wants to know if it did hit him.
Hard to tell there.
Didn't get a lot of them if it did.
Just got him in the front.
Larry Vanover said it hit him, so it did.
Jose Tabata now with Harrison at first, and the winning run McHenry at third.
All kind of possibilities. All kind of possibilities.
Infield drawn in, and Tabata in the air to shallow. Well, that's going to be in the infield. Tabata doesn't get it done. First ball swinging. Still a chance now for Presley. Rod Barajas an inch away from a walk-off home run. And his pinch runner still at third. See if Alex Presley can get it done. Two down here in the bottom of the 10th.
Let us count the ways. Wild pitch, balk, error, pass ball, base hit, home run.
And Barajas a near moon shot to win it. First and third, two down for Alex Presley. With the bluff to third, fake to first. First pitch coming to Presley. In for a strike. Nail biting time at PNC Park. Juan Cruz got it done on the hill. Striking out Pence with 2 on and 2 out. 1-1. Cruz would be the pitcher of record if Presley could get a base hit here and score McHenry.
Blanton 89-91 with that fastball that he delivers.
2-1. Alex Presley facing Joe Blanton here. Caught the corner for strike 2. Now Alex down to his last strike. He has been good with 2 outs and runners in scoring position over the course of his brief career, hitting .370. 10 out of 27. McHenry represents the winning run. And a slow roll to short. Rollins throws. Presley saves. Pirates win. Pirates win. Presley beats it out. Gets the walk-off winner. 2-1 Bucks.
How about a little Bucko speed?
First career walk-off hit for Alex Presley. And the Pirates even up the Phils 1-1.
And that's what you call grinding one out. That's a little blue collar work from your Pittsburgh Pirates in front of a sold out crowd. These folks loving those kind of wins. They love them all, but they really like these kind. They worked hard for this one.
Alex Presley. See what speed will do for you? And the Pirates with their first win of 2012.
Part of Alex Presley's game. Doesn't jump at the base, runs on through it. Now they're going to have a little fun with him.
Oh, what a night for Alex Presley and the Pirates. In front of their second straight sellout crowd. Presley and the Pirates beat the Phillies 2-1. Let's check in with our postgame guys, Paul Alexander and Kent Tekulve.